Okay, at this time, aldermen from districts 2, 4, and 6, please rise and you will be sworn in by the deputy clerk. Folks, if you want to do pictures, you can come up while it's going on. Feel free.
Hey, Ben.
Do you need some to lean up? Okay, if you'll raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. I, Lisa Marshall. Swear that I will support. The Constitution of the United States. And the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin. And will faithfully discharge. The duties of alderperson. To the best of my ability. So help me God. Congratulations.
I'm going to do some
If you want.
family, if you want to take care of your pictures now before we start the meeting.
They're okay. Mine are
Do you want me
okay.
to swear you in?
Anyone else? Brad? Okay. Swear me in.
All right.
Congratulations.
I, Deanna Gaylor,
I, Dan Taylor,
swear that I will support
swear that I will support
the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin. Good.
Chris, congratulations. Thank you. Brad, congratulations. Pleasure working with you guys for another few years. And ladies. We will now call the common council meeting. We will now call the common council meeting of April 16th, 2024 to order. Roll call, please.
Alderman Kirkowski.
Here.
Lorik.
Here.
Ritz.
Hi, here.
Marshall.
Here,
Gale.
Here.
Guzekowski.
Here. Would everybody please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? Christy, you're new. Would you lead us off in the pledge?
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That will get us to the approval of minutes of April 1st, 2024. If everybody take a few moments and look through them. And when everybody's satisfied, there's no errors, omissions, or discussion, motion, please.
Marshall will move to approve the minutes of April 1st, 2024.
Guzekowski goes second.
Roll call.
Alderman Lorik.
Abstains.
Ritz.
Hi.
Marshall.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Kirkowski.
Item 4 is the election of the common council president, which happens annually upon each election. So I will explain it, and this is by statute. The election of the officer of common council can be done by a paper ballot. This is the only time this body will cast a secret ballot, and it may be cast that way. I will open the floor for nominations, which can be made by any alderpersons. Once all nominations are made, there will be a motion to close the nominations, and a vote can cast by paper ballot, or if there is only one nomination received, an alderperson can move to close the nominations and cast a unanimous ballot with a second, after which there would be a roll call. Any questions regarding that? Okay. At this time, I will open up the floor for nominations.
Marshall will second.
Second call. Are there any other nominations? Third and final call. Are there any nominations for council president? Hearing none, we will now close the nominations. And we will need a motion.
Guzekowski will second.
Roll call.
Alderman Ritz.
Aye.
Marshall.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Kirkowski. Lorik.
Aye. Congratulations, President Gale.
Thank you all.
Will get us to item 5, which is a public hearing, and it is consideration of North Investments LLC for a conditional use permit for an auto body, automotive, mechanical, truck and trailer repair, and truck parking facilities on the outdoor storage on the properties at 9810, 9840, 9880 South Ridgeview. Krista, would you read that properly into record?
Sure. Public hearing number 1 is to consider a request submitted by Ivan Vasilyevich, North Investments LLC, for a conditional use permit for auto body, automotive, mechanical, truck and trailer repair, truck parking facilities, and outdoor storage on the properties at 9810, 9840, and 9880 South Ridgeview Drive. The applicant is Ivan Vasilyevich, North Investments LLC. The property owner is North Investments LLC. There follows the legal description, and the date of notice is March 13th.
Wonderful. With us is Christy. You want to give a short synopsis on anything?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. This public hearing this evening is for a conditional use permit for auto body, automotive, mechanical repair, truck parking, and also outdoor storage. It consists of 3 parcels on Ridgeview Drive, just west of the freeway. The 3 parcels have operated under different ownership historically. However, there is now one owner for all 3 parcels. They will be combined by a certified survey map that was approved by the Common Council in November of '23. There is a history of some non-compliance. These sites went through a 2018 conditions and restrictions process over the last few years, and after reviewing the site, there's been some history of non-compliance. However, the Plan Commission did work and speak those through with the new property owner, who has agreed to get the site in orderly fashion and work with a new set of conditions and restrictions. Just for reference, the middle parcel was paved somewhere between 2018 and 2020, which is noticeable through aerial photos without city approval. Landscaping was removed, and again, this was by previous property owners, not the current property owner. The pavement was expanded on the southern parcel. Outdoor storage has been on the site without permission, and general site cleanup is needed. The property owner has submitted a conceptual site plan provided with a stormwater detention pond being shown on the western portion of the middle parcel there. Final plans will be reviewed and approved by the Plan Commission. So there's multiple parcels. The proposed users, starting from the north at 9810, is TNT Express, their transportation and logistics business, and also nationwide recovery towing service will be located in that particular building. It's about 3,000 square feet of office, 10,000 square feet of warehouse. Vehicles waiting service will be parked outside per the conditions and restrictions. The towed vehicles will temporarily be stored on site for about 30 to 45 days. It's how long it takes for the lien processor usually to obtain the vehicles. And then also they'll have trailers parked in the southeastern corner of the property. The middle site is just complete paved parking. There's 48 spaces for parking of the tractors and trailers for TNT Express. And then the southern parcel will be occupied by Keller Trucking, who, per the conditions and restrictions, will have no outdoor storage on that particular parcel. Hours of operation range from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, no weekend activity, no late night towing of vehicles. The Plan Commission recommended a duration of 3 years for this particular conditional use permit. The conditions and restrictions are accompanying in your staff report. Again, just to note outdoor storage restrictions, there's no storage of junk vehicles allowed on the site. And then the Plan Commission recommended approval of at its February 27th meeting, and recommends approval. The conditional use criteria are in front of you.
Great, thank you, Chrissy. As this is a public hearing, we will make 3 calls. Anybody wishing to speak, please approach podium, give your name and address. This is the first call. Second call, anybody wishing to speak, public hearing. Third and final call, anybody wishing to speak, please approach podium, give your name and address. Seeing no one, we will now close the public hearing and go on to item 6, which is consideration of the ordinance approving that conditional use permit for the auto body, automotive, mechanical, truck and trailer repair, and truck parking facilities and outdoor storage on the properties at 9810, 9840, and 9880 South Ridgeview. I will open it up to the council for questions, comments. Anyone?
Yeah, so it's under new ownership or consolidated ownership, but the 3 properties operated in the same mode previously? Any
Chris-
change in the mode?
Chrissy, I know your background, having just started a couple weeks ago. Maybe one of the planning commissioners might want to give you the synopsis from.
I do believe
From
the
plan.
property owner is here as well, too.
Oh, that's
That
even
would be
better.
better suited.
Yeah, that'd be great. If you're in the room, please come up, sir. Name and address, and then just kind of describe the businesses that'll occupy both the north part and south.
Good evening. My name is Ivan Vasiljevich, 13925 West Forest Knoll Court, New Berlin, Wisconsin, 53151.
Great.
So I need to explain.
The north side, the businesses that'll occupy the north side, and then what will occupy the south side building.
Okay, the north side is the big building where is the TNT Express. I'm the also owner of the TNT Express. That's the reason because I bought that property, that I can connect everything like truck, trailers, everything. You know, we are from Wisconsin and we are picking up the loads here and going to everywhere, usually to the south and
So all three properties were used in the same
I want.
form previously?
That was 3 separate, usually properties, parking and west, the north and south side, yeah. Because we are like around like 20 trucks, we need a big building, so we are moved there and like, okay, we want this building, the north side for us, and the other we can rent. So other side is using, the south side it's only for the killer truck, they will rent that building, and we are using the parking, the middle and the north side.
That do it, Jim? Thank you. Any other questions, concerns? Ken?
Thank you, Mayor. Actually, maybe just for planning, you guys, I know it came out of the planning with an approval recommendation. What, and Christie and Matt, maybe, what are we doing to make sure that the various, the minutes are pretty, the planning commissions are pretty apparent that there isn't a lot of compliance with a lot of restrictions we previously had on these properties. What are we doing to make sure that
So.
they're brought in the code, and what are we gonna do to?
Okay, so we'll just back up a little bit, and you're correct. So this property was operating outside compliance. Very kind way to say it, particularly on the south end. On the north end, it pretty much practiced as a trucking company and storage yard on the concrete pavers, as Christie said, by aerial views, without permit, they pretty much went and paved over in the parking lot, concrete for the trailers. When he bought the property, he had to kind of bring it into compliance, stormwater-wise, green space-wise, the whole deal. So the first thing he did was concentrate on the north side building and what he was gonna need for basic maintenance of his trucks and the office. When it got to the south building, all the businesses that were currently operating there, he had to have them cease operations there. So they were various things from nail salons, whatever was going on there. Now, it'll meet conditional use for the zoning that's going on there within that building. So that's been cleaned up. As well as we had some fence issues, green space, vegetation issues. So he's been working with staff to clear that up. And just to give you how long this has been going on, I want to say at least early last year. And you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
But it was probably very early summer, because I
Yes.
visited it
Yes.
on a pretty hot day. So it was early summer last year.
Summer, yeah.
So he's been working at this for about a year, and it's come through planning once or twice to get cleaned up.
I know
Get
there was
conditional use approved and the zoning and the whole thing.
stuff on the trash receptacles and stuff, and I know there's a lot of discussion on the fencing. I'm just wondering what this is gonna look like from the freeway in particular with making sure we don't have truck vehicles stored.
They're not, so he can comment on it, but we went round and round with that. So it's an opaque fence, where if he does tow a car and the owner has X amount of days to come get it, if not, it is shipped off to auction or wherever it may go. If you want to comment on that.
Yes, and from the highway side, it looks, in all yard, it looks really clean, and everything from the yard is like trailer when it's the parking, and other side from the street, it's like one hill, and we gotta, like, it's really nice, no junk, no anything.
And then once this, this conditional use, assuming it's approved per the recommendation tonight, that he can commence operations as he's planned, or do we have anything that needs to be done beforehand, or?
A detailed site and landscaping plan with stormwater does need to go before the Plan Commission for approval yet.
Because we did have a history with this property, conditional use recommendation was 3 years. Typically, it's a 10-year. But we wanted to make sure with development going on to the south there, we want this property. And of course, we have a very nice community partner across the street as well. We want the property to look at its best. So that's why it's in there for the 3 year.
And I want to say one more thing, when I bought that property, actually, I find out that I'm the first who is the try make that property to be legal, like finally legal. Like 15 or 16 years, the north side who is the own, I don't remember. When is that guy who is the bought before me, that's also was illegal. Like everything, all of 3 properties, after that, they connect all of the 3 properties I bought. I didn't know how it's going, everything. And when I find out, it's like 20 years back, it's like everything, all of the 3 properties was illegal. That's true.
That is a true statement. He inherited 10, 15 years of bad behavior.
And I'm start like step by step. I don't know, I am learning, but step by step.
Any other questions or comments while we have the applicant on? Okay, seeing none, I'll ask for a motion on 6.
I'll move to approve the request submitted by Ivan Vasilovich, North Investments LLC for conditional use permit for auto body automotive mechanic repair, truck parking facilities, and outdoor storage for the properties at 9810, 9840, and 9880 South Ridgeview Drive.
Guzekowski will second. Roll call.
Alderwoman Marshall. Aye. Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Kirkowski.
Aye.
Lorick.
Aye.
Ritz.
And item 7 is consideration of a motion to approve the plan of finance for $2,510,000 note anticipation notes and $6,625,000 taxable note anticipation notes. Max, you want to explain all that?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor and Common Council. Max Gagan, Deputy City Administrator and Finance Officer. Before you tonight is the plan of finance, which is for 2 debt issuances. The first being $2.51 million of note anticipation notes, and those are to finance capital projects that were included in the 2024 capital improvement program, specifically related to the lakefront bluff stabilization and revetment projects, and then start designing the next phase. The second issuance is 6.625 million of taxable note anticipation notes, and this is related to the acquisition of about 14 acres of property located at the hard corner of 13th Street and Ryan Road. As the common council may be aware, we did enter in a purchase and sale agreement for that property in September of 2022. And with us tonight, we do have Justin Fisher. He's the Managing Director of Public Finance at Baird, and he's going to walk the common council through the plan of finance as well as the parameters that are for the next two parameters.
Thanks, Max. Great to see everyone again. So in front of you, there's a presentation packet that I'll walk through. Please stop me at any point if you have any questions. So when you go to the first page here, the timeline, this is going to be consideration tonight for the parameters resolution, ultimately giving the city administrator or the deputy city administrator finance officer the authority to sign off on the note sales. We've already began the issuance process by going through the Moody's process, where Andrew and Max and myself participated on a rating call with Moody's, where we went through all the financials of the community, talked about the different developments, the TIF districts and so forth, answered a lot of their questions, and ultimately we received good news the other day that the rating was affirmed at the AA2 bond level that you've been at. So that's all good news as we go into this borrowing. If the market is strong, late April of this year, we're going to be jumping into the market and locking in the interest rates for these financings, and then closing anticipated for May 20th of 2024. So as Max said, there's two debt issuances in front of you. The first one being $2,510,000 for the note anticipation notes. This is going to be related to the TID number 13, so along the lakefront area. It's going to mature April 1 of 2026 with a first payment October 1 of 2024 and capitalized interest through 4/1 of 2025. It'll be callable April 1 of 2025, and the estimated interest rate is 4.65% with a max parameter of 5.25%. The next issuance is going to be a $6,625,000 taxable note anticipation note. Again, this is taxable because of the private use components of this type of financing versus the other one, where it was more infrastructure related that's going to be owned by the city. This is TID number 16 and matures April 1 of 2028, first payment October 1, 2024. Capitalized interest through 10/1/2027 and callable April 1, 2027 or any date thereafter. The estimated rate on this 5.75% with a max parameter of 6%. The next page, this is the detailed financing illustration for tax increment district number 13. This is what I'm working with Max and Andrew, running different pro formas and analyses, making sure that we can finance these needed projects and keep the developments going and ultimately be in the positive when it's all said and done. So on the left side of the page, those are the different revenues that we take a look at. You can see in column C there, that's kind of what we're anticipating, the different revenues, funding sources year over year on an annual basis. Then when we look at the center of the page, kind of in that blue area, that's the different expenditures that we've modeled out. It's this issuance plus the existing debt that's outstanding plus any hypothetical future financing that may be needed in order to complete TID number 13. So we've kind of try to factor in everything as much as we can. The far right side is really what you are going to care about, because that's the net revenues on an annual basis, showing that, you know, when it all said and done, it's projected to potentially have about $7 million in the positive at the time of closure. So this TID is a lot going on with it, a lot of moving parts, but so far it's looking very, very positive. Now, if we go to the next page, page number 4, this is the TID number 16 financing illustration. Again, same kind of concept as the last one. Revenues on the left side of the page. On the right side of the page, in the blue, that's the expenditures. And then on the far right side is the net revenues. What's interesting about this one is when you look at the expenditures on this one, really there's a drop off in expenditure starting in 2029, and then basically not much expenditure starting in 2030. So that's why we're structuring this financing to kind of wrap around that. So when the revenues do start kicking in, those other expenditures drop off, that's when we're able to start really paying down this long-term debt. that we have modeled out here. So overall, in very good shape. You can see from the right side, it really starts at 2033. It starts to really pick up speed. So good shape overall on this one as well.
Okay. Questions? None either? Okay, well explained.
Thank you.
So, if there's no questions, comments, or discussions, motion on 7?
Marshall will move to approve the plan of finance for $2,510,000 note anticipation notes and $6,625,000 taxable note anticipation notes.
Guzekowski will second. Roll call.
Alderman Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Kirkowski.
Aye.
Lorick.
Aye.
Ritz. Marshall.
Aye.
And item 8 is consideration of a resolution authorizing the issuance not to exceed $2,550,000 of general obligation promissory notes and authorizing the issuance and establishing parameters for the sale not to exceed $2,550,000 note anticipation notes, Series 2024A, in anticipation thereof. Max?
Thank you, Mayor. So resolution number 12485-041624 is really the resolution that authorizes the city administrator or deputy city administrator, finance officer to sell the notes. So as Justin went through, the not to exceed amount is $2.55 million, as well as what the highest interest rate we can sell at as well. So again, happy to answer.
Questions for Max? Okay, seeing none, motion?
Resolution general obligation promissory notes, authorizing issuance, establishing parameters, sale of
Lorick seconds. Roll call?
Alderman Guzekowski.
Aye.
Kirkowski.
Aye.
Lorick.
Aye.
Ritz. Marshall.
Aye.
Gale.
Abstain.
And item 9 is consideration of a resolution authorizing the issuance of not to exceed $6,700,000 general obligation promissory notes, and authorizing the issuance and establishing parameters for the sale of not to exceed $6,700,000 taxable notes anticipation notes, Series 2024B, in anticipation thereof. Max, once again.
So resolution number 12486-041624 authorizes the city administrator as well as deputy city administrator finance officer to sell the taxable note anticipation notes at no more than $6.7 million, as well as the interest rate stated within the resolution. Again, happy to answer any questions.
Questions for Max? Okay, seeing none, motion?
Marshall will move to adopt resolution 12486-041624, a resolution authorizing the issuance of not to exceed $6,700,000 in general obligation promissory notes and authorizing the issuance and establishing parameters for the sale of not to exceed $6,700,000 of taxable note anticipation notes, Series 2024B, in anticipation thereof.
Guzekowski will second. Roll call?
Alderman Kirkowski.
Aye.
Lorick.
Aye.
Ritz.
Aye.
Marshall.
Aye.
Gale.
Abstain.
Guzekowski.
Aye. Okay. Item 10 is consideration of a motion to concur with the Personnel and Finance Committee and amend the Personnel Policy 6.13, and that concerns tuition reimbursement for non-represented employees. Tony? Oh, there you are.
I moved around. 2 years ago, we updated our practice on tuition reimbursement, and we made two major amendments. Instead of the Personnel and Finance Committee approving funds That is done by the city administrator, who approves a degree path, and individual courses are approved by the department directors. We also amended the budget mechanisms for tuition reimbursement with a dedicated amount that carries over year to year. So we removed references to the budgetary timelines from the policy. Unfortunately, none of that made it into writing, and so what we're doing here today is not changing our practices, but just updating our written policies to reflect what we actually do.
Questions for Tony?
Oh, we had,
Greg, you got something?
I just have one quick question for the tuition assistance. I think this is a good thing as somebody who's used tuition assistance through another position I've had. It's definitely a huge benefit to the employees. Just a point of clarification, is this available to individuals looking to get a second degree? For example, they already have a bachelor's degree. Could they apply for this and use it for a second bachelor's degree?
It is. There's a lifetime cap, so it's very difficult for the city to pay for multiple degrees, but if someone got one on their own and is
Sure.
pursuing additional education or even a second one, yes, they would still be eligible.
Okay. And then this is, it looks like it's 20,000 total over the life of the program per employee, correct?
Wasn't an item that I changed. Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
Ken, you were gonna say something?
just at the committee level, we had a very brief discussion on this.
Okay. We've had a longstanding tuition reimbursement policy, and we've had a lot of individuals take advantage of it and advance their careers, not only here in Oak Creek, but probably move on and take advantage of it. I think it's a great employee benefit. Really, if you look at the continuity and the things that have gone into the city of Oak Creek, it speaks volumes that we have this and retain some of the people we do. So. Is there any further discussion? Okay, seeing none, motion?
Yeah, we'll move to concur. Personal Finance Committee and amend the personal policy 6.13 for non-represented employees.
Marshall will second.
Roll call?
Alderman Lorik.
Aye.
Ritz.
Aye.
Marshall.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Kirkowski.
Aye. And item 11 is consideration of a resolution supporting the 128th Air Refueling Wing of Wisconsin Air National Guard to acquire the KC-46A Pegasus at General Mitchell Air National Guard Base. Krista, would you read that? Read that, please. Sure.
Resolution supporting the 128th Air Refueling Wing of Wisconsin Air National Guard to acquire the KC-46A Pegasus at General Mitchell Air National Guard Base. Whereas the 128th Air Refueling Wing at General Mitchell's Air National Guard Base is an Air National Guard unit located at Milwaukee Mitchell International Airport in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And whereas the U.S. Air Force should select the 128th Air Refueling Wing to be the preferred host of the KC-46A Pegasus among 15 total competitors. And whereas KC-46s would allow the Air National Guard to maintain its air support capabilities and allow service members to conduct their missions with greater efficiency, which benefits the state and country as a whole. And whereas the 79 years that there has been an uninterrupted Air National Guard mission at General Mitchell's Air National Guard Base, and the KC-46s would be the 9th different airframe flown from the base. And whereas the KC-46s should replace the KC-135s flown by the 128th Air Refueling Wing, which have been in use for several years, and this ensures the long-term strength of the 128th Air Refueling Wing. And whereas the 128th Air Refueling Wing has a long history of being a good community neighbor and has worked cooperatively with the community to make significant infrastructure investments. And whereas the city of Oak Creek is a neighbor to the 128th Air Refueling Wing and Milwaukee Mitchell International Airport, with many of its citizens working at the complex. And whereas the KC-46 mission would sustain and enhance the economic impact of the 128th Air Refueling Wing by continuing its annual generation of over $84 million and 1,650 in-state jobs. And whereas the KC-46 mission would provide improvements to General Mitchell's Air National Guard Base and create subcontractor projects that provide additional jobs for the region. Now therefore be it resolved that the mayor and the common council of the city of Oak Creek do hereby recognize that many federal, state, and local contributions of the 128th Air Refueling Wing and supports the basing of the next generation of freedom-fighting aircraft at General Mitchell Air National Guard Base. Be it further resolved that that this resolution be spread upon the minutes of this meeting, and the city clerk be, and she is hereby directed to transmit a suitable copy to the 128th Air Refueling Wing.
Thank you, Krista. Any discussion, questions regarding this resolution? So just a little background, I was contacted by the 128th as a neighboring community, because this is really a regional effort to retain this. I shouldn't say to retain it, but to get these planes here, these KC-46s. And it's an economic, not only an economic benefit, but a regional benefit as well. The 128th helps all the fighter jets that are patrolling the borders at any given time. So this is nothing but positive stuff for the region, and I think it's in Oak Creek's best interest to support it.
And there probably is a bit of retention, because if they're not doing the next generation, that sends a signal.
Very, very much so, and it's a competitive process. They're not guaranteed to get it, but the 128th has an outstanding record, and we're very confident they'll be able to land those contracts. There's no further discussion. We need a motion on that.
So move to approve resolution 12492-041624, supporting the 128th Air Refueling Wing of the Wisconsin Air National Guard to acquire the KC-46A Pegasus at General Mitchell's Air National Guard Base.
Ritzel, second.
Roll call.
Alderman Ritz.
Aye.
Marshall.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Kirkowski.
Aye.
Lorick.
Aye.
And item 12 is Public Works and Utility, and it's consideration of a resolution approving the T-Mobile First Amendment to the Orchard Way Reserve Lease Agreement. And we got Mike Sullivan with us.
Good evening, Mayor, council members. This item is to approve a amendment to the T-Mobile lease that's on the Orchard Way Reservoir. It increases the lease from $44,000 to approximately $63,000. It's a 44% increase in lease rate. That's very substantial. It also includes an accelerator to the lease from about 3.1% or 3.15% per year up to 4% per year. So that goes up a little bit as well. This is one of the last lower rent tiered leases that we have, so getting this up to the market rate we're really fortunate with that. There's 8 years left on this particular lease, and the total lease revenue that we get on with all of the leases is $473,000 a year. So it is a significant amount of money.
Questions for Mike? Comments? Okay, seeing none, motion?
Clerk moves to adopt resolution number 12482-041624, a resolution approving the T-Mobile First Amendment to the Orchard Way Reservoir lease.
Kirkowski will second.
Roll call.
Alderwoman Marshall.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Kirkowski.
Aye.
Lorick.
Aye.
Ritz.
Aye.
And item 13 is Community Development, and it's consideration of a resolution designating park area on the portion of the property 8430 South Orchard Way as Orchard Way Micro Park. Chrissy,
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm sorry?
gotta get that down.
In April of '22, Parks and Rec Commission discussed potential names for this micro park. By unanimous votes, they chose the name Orchard Way Micro Park. However, it just never formally went before the Common Council for adoption, and so at the Parks and Rec meeting on March 21st, they did once again recommend this name and are recommending approval by the Common Council this evening.
Okay. Questions, comments? Greg?
No questions, just a comment, just a thank you to everybody involved in moving this forward. I know it's been a while, but the park is fully installed, very nice, and I drive by it daily, and there are always many kids using that, so definitely amenity that was needed in the area, so thank you.
Seeing no other discussion or comments, motion?
Clerk moves to adopt resolution number 12481041624, a resolution designating park area on a portion of the property at 8430 South Orchard Way as Orchard Way Micro Park.
Ritzel, second.
Roll call?
Alderman Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Kirkowski.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye.
Ritz.
Aye.
Marshall.
And item 14 through 17 will be engineering, and item 14 is consideration of a resolution authorizing a contract extension and addendum to the City of Oak Creek's 2023 Stormwater Engineering and Consulting Service Contract. Matt?
Thank you, Mayor. Matt Sullivan, Assistant City Administrator, City Engineer. Before you is that resolution to extend our contract with R.A. Smith for stormwater engineering and consulting services. This came about in 2023, right after we had a retirement of our stormwater engineer. Tried to suffice for a few months. It was not working, and we decided to go out and look at consulting services to help kind of bridge that gap. What we've found is we've been very fortunate to have very educated and well-knowledged staff from R.A. Smith help us out. At this point, we have gone through probably 5 or 6 stormwater agreements, reviews on other municipal projects, totaling probably right around $11,000, with over $3,000 put back onto developments. So at this point, over 8 months, we've only spent $11,000, finding this to be an extremely good value. We'd like to extend that contract for another 2 years. Happy to answer any questions.
Questions for Matt? Steve?
Mayor, no comment, no questions from Matt, but I just want to acknowledge Matt's help in following up on a survey that was sent out at my request for some flooding issues along Forest Hill Avenue that R.A. Smith took a look at and came up with some suggestions that we're going to look at over time probably.
Okay, great. Ken?
Thank you, Mayor. Matt, and Andrew too, this is, I think, a pretty good example of following that. One of those mantras we had in our strategic action plan about right-sizing and streamlining our operations, and this makes really economically good sense. And staff-wise, it appears to be working for you too, so appreciate the effort and willingness to do it.
Thank you.
There's no further discussion? Motion?
Yeah, move, sorry.
Marshall will move to adopt Resolution 12483-041624, a resolution authorizing the contract extension and addendum to the City of Oak Creek 2023 Stormwater Engineering and Consulting Services Contract.
Guzekowski, a second.
Roll call?
Alderman Guzekowski.
Aye.
Kirkowski.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye.
Ritz.
Aye.
Marshall.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
And item 15 is consideration of a resolution accepting the workmanship of Globe Contractors, Inc., and authorizing final payment under contract number 18035. Matt?
Thank you, Mayor. This is kind of a housekeeping item, if you will. This project has been going on since 2018. Obviously, through COVID and that, some things have slowed down. We were able to button up and address some of the punch list items last summer. The final invoice came to us approximately a few months ago. So this is a kind of a cleanup on contractual items and closing those contracts out. Be happy to answer any questions.
Comments, questions, discussion? Okay, seeing none, motion?
Marshall moved to approve Resolution 12484-041624, accepting the workmanship of Globe Contracting Incorporated and authorizing final contract payment under project number 18035.
Guzekowski, a second.
Roll call?
Alderman Kirkowski.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye.
Ritz.
Aye.
Marshall.
Aye.
Gale. Guzekowski.
Aye.
And item 16 is consideration of a resolution approving the 517 East Rawson Development Agreement with 517 East Rawson LLC for the design and construction of public improvements for the development located at 517 East Rawson Avenue. Matt?
Thank you, Mayor. This is for the development at 517 East Rawson Avenue. It's a development agreement that covers 4 buildings for a business center. It's pretty standard language. Noted on this, though, the only public infrastructure is water main, which will be from Rawson Avenue down to Mont Court. Other than that, it is all private infrastructure, other than the stormwater maintenance and management, which we'll be addressing in the next item. happy to answer any questions.
Questions concerning this item? Okay, seeing none, motion?
Kirkowski make a motion that the council adopt resolution number 12487-041624, approving the 517 East Rawson Development Agreement with 517 East Rawson LLC for the design and construction of public improvements for the development located at 517 East Rawson Avenue.
Lorik seconds.
Roll call?
Alderman Lorik.
Aye.
Ritz.
Aye.
Marshall.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Kirkowski.
Aye.
And item 17 is consideration of a resolution approving a stormwater management practice maintenance agreement with 517 East Rawson LLC for the four-building business center located at 517 East Rawson. Matt?
Thank you, Mayor. This is nothing more than a follow-up from our stormwater maintenance agreement that has been approved by MMSD. This is our maintenance agreement that we have under Section Code 13 that we must follow. This is nothing more than instructing the owners on what their requirements and to do for the maintenance of that pond. Happy to answer any questions.
Seeing no questions, comments, motion please.
Kirkowski make a motion that the council adopt resolution number 12488-041624, a resolution approving a stormwater management practices maintenance agreement with 517 East Rawson LLC for the four-building business center located at 517 East Rawson Avenue.
Lorik seconds.
Roll call?
Alderman Ritz.
Aye.
Marshall.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Kirkowski.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye.
And as item 18 is the license committee, I will ask Alderman Kirkowski to take that.
Thank you, Mayor. I trust everybody's had an opportunity to review the items on tonight's common council report. Does anybody have any questions, cares, or concerns? All right, seeing none, Kirkowski make a motion the council grant the various license requests as listed on the April 16, 2024 License Committee report.
Lorik seconds.
Roll call?
Alderwoman Marshall.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Kirkowski.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye.
Ritz.
Aye.
Item 19 is consideration to approve the April 10th, 2024 vendor summary report in the amount of $480,802.38. Please take a look at your packet, and any questions, comments, please just take the floor. There's no comments or questions. We'll look for a motion on 19.
I'll move to approve the April 10th, 2024 vendor summary report in the amount of $480,802.38.
Guzekowski, second.
Roll call?
Alderman Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Kirkowski.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye.
Ritz.
Aye.
Marshall.
Aye.
And items 20, 21, and 22 concern appointments, both Common Council presidents and mayoral appointments for aldermanic positions. It's anticipated that these appointments will be done on 5/7, so we will look for a motion to hold item 20, 21, and 22, please.
Gail moves that the mayor and common council presidents, aldermanic appointments to the various boards and commissions will be held and with date certain return to the 5/7/24 council agenda.
Guzekowski, second.
Roll call?
Alderman Guzekowski.
Aye.
Kirkowski.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye.
Ritz.
Aye.
Marshall.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
And item 23 is consideration of a motion to convene in a closed session pursuant to Wisconsin State Statutes, Section 19.85, to discuss the following. Section 19.85, Sub 1, Sub C, to discuss the performance evaluation and employment contract for the city administrator. B, Section 19.85, Sub 1, Sub G, to discuss Setzer Properties, MKE LLC versus the City of Oak Creek, Milwaukee County case number 2023 CV006017. President Gale?
Thank you, Mayor. Gail will move to convene in a closed session pursuant to Wisconsin State Statute 19.85 to discuss the following: A, Section 19.85, Sub 1, Sub C, to discuss the performance evaluation and employment contract for the city administrator. B, Section 19.85, Sub 1, Sub G, to discuss Setzer Properties MK LLC versus the city of Oak Creek.
Guzekowski, second.
Roll call?
Alderman Kirkowski.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye.
Ritz.
Aye.
Marshall.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
We will now convene into closed session and return at its conclusion. We will now consider a motion to reconvene into open session.
Gail moves to reconvene in the open session.
Marshall, second.
Roll call?
Alderman Lorik.
Aye.
Ritz.
Aye.
Marshall.
Aye.
Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Kirkowski.
Okay. And we have no action to take, so before we adjourn, I just want to congratulate the older folks here that won their elections. Congratulations to y'all. Look forward to working with you for another couple of years.
Thank you.
With that, motion to adjourn, please.
Ritz motions to adjourn.
Clark seconds.
Roll call?
Alderman Ritz.
Aye.
Marshall. Aye. Gale.
Aye.
Guzekowski.
Aye.
Kirkowski.
Aye.
Lorik.
Aye. Night, everybody.